Hey guys, it's Charmy's Idris here from Charmed Handmade, and today I will be making my cocoa mango soap, which features coconut milk and mango puree. So the first thing I'll need to do is prep my coconut milk, and I'm just going to put it in these silicone bottomed ice trays. And I need to freeze my coconut milk so that it doesn't get terribly scorched in the lye solution making process. I do have another video that is just a coconut milk soap that goes more in depth about that, so check that out in the cards above if you haven't made a coconut milk soap or a milk soap in general. I did do this step ahead of time so that when I come in tomorrow I can just make the soap. Be sure to check out the recipe down in the description below, but on the blog post I will also have it to where you can download this soap calc sheet. And it will include my notes and additives. For this recipe, I decided to use 4 ounces of mango puree, and mango puree is just blended up mango until it's smooth. So I'm using 4 ounces, and when you're using a puree, you'll need to take that amount away from the liquid that you're using for your lye solution. So my water content of the lye solution is supposed to be 12.42 ounces. But I'm using 4 ounces of mango puree, so I'm going to take that 4 ounces out of that 12 ounces of water, leaving me with 8.42 ounces of water. Now in this case, I'm splitting that remainder of the 8.42 ounces between coconut milk and distilled water. Now I'm going to make my lye solution, and so for the water part of it, I will weigh out 4.21 ounces of distilled water and about 4.21 ounces of the coconut milk. And because I'm using these kind of big blocks of it, it's not going to be exactly half and half, so just make sure you have a total of 8.42 ounces of liquid. And I know I'm doing a lot right now, but I also want to let you know that you actually don't even have to use distilled water, so you can go full on 8.42 ounces of coconut milk, but I'm done talking about all that. So just measure out my lye solution and then make sure that you pour the lye directly into the liquid. And since I'm doing it with milk, I'm just going to pour it in slowly and mix it, and then pour some more and mix it around. And always be sure to use lye safety. I have a full video on that, so I'll put that in the cards and down in the description. Next up, it's time to measure out my oils, but first I'm going to melt down my coconut oil, and then I will add the olive oil, apricot kernel oil, and castor oil. Once I'm done measuring, I'm just going to let the oil sit and also the lye solution sit until they are at room temperature. The fragrance that I'm using today comes from Nature's Garden, and it is starfruit and mango. It smells pretty delicious. And on the side, you'll also see that I'm using colorant, so I will be using Koi from Mad Micas for one part of the soap, and then the other part of the soap I want to be white, so it will be titanium dioxide, and the one that I have is also from Mad Micas. And it is water soluble, so I mixed it with a little bit of distilled water. Now that both my oils and lye solution are within 70 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit, I'm going to pour my lye solution into my oils, and then I will mix just until it is emulsified. And once I can tell that it is, I just pour my mango puree in there and also my fragrance oil in there and just keep on mixing. And I do always start with the lowest setting on my stick blender to mix, because I don't want my trace getting too thick too quick. Once my batter is at a very thin trace, I'm going to separate them, and I didn't measure them. I just put a little bit of the batter into a different container, and that'll be the white portion, but generally I want the soap to be more orange. And once they're split up, I'm going to pour my titanium dioxide and distilled water combination into the small container, and then I just put a little bit of the Koi mica into the other container. And if you do want it to disperse a little easier without having to mix too much, I'd recommend mixing the mica with a little bit of lightweight oil before adding it to the soap batter. First, I like to mix it by hand, then I'll put my stick blender in and just mix it just a little bit, and always start with the lightest color. So we're going to start with the white. Once they've both hit medium trace, I'm going to drizzle the white batter into the orange batter right in that container. And then I will pour the full container into the soap mold, going back and forth just to get like a little bit of a swirl going on. When I poured the white into the orange, I purposely did not scrape the sides just so that I can add it to the top at the end, just to get more of the white and orange swirl all the way through the soap. Now I'll spray it with 91% isopropyl alcohol, and that's just to help prevent some of the soda ash that may come. I knew this would be a softer soap than my usual because of the mango puree, so I decided to let it sit for about 48 hours instead of 24 hours, and it was still quite soft for maybe like a week or so after I cut it. So in the future, I'd probably go with my normal recipe that I put on here with the cocoa butter just to help harden it up a little bit. But this is the final result. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Make sure you check out my patrons. I have their links down in the description below. And if you are not subscribed to the channel yet and you like it here, please think about subscribing. But alright y'all, bye.